Welcome to CaCo Talks, the weekly podcast where conversations about life, hot topics, mental health, and more take center stage. We are your hosts, Catelyn and Courtney Geiger.
Together, we explore thought-provoking discussions with an ambient vibe that inspires open and honest dialogue. So sit back, relax, and join us for some insightful conversation that will leave you feeling informed and inspired.
Hi everyone, welcome back to CaCo Talks. Tonight we're doing something a little bit differently. We're doing check-ins where we fill you in individually on what's been going on with us recently, some of the things we've been liking, some of the things we haven't been liking, and just talking all things Catelyn and Courtney. Here's Catelyn's episode first.
Hi everyone, it's Catelyn. So let's jump into my check-in. So what have I been up to lately? Nothing really, honestly. I have been just kind of working, planning summer stuff, year stuff. As an adult, you really don't have summer plans, I guess. Or is that, I don't know, is that a thing? I don't really have anymore. It's just all year long. It all runs together, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really have any, nothing really has been going on besides like work, to be fair. I have a trip to go visit Courtney coming up in a couple days, so that's exciting. That is something that is coming up. I will be out there for a week, and I'm pretty excited actually to go out there and visit Courtney because I haven't seen Courtney in years. But that's pretty much it as far as summer's plans. Oh, I do think I want to go to Colorado to see a band play that I'm really interested in at the moment. So I may do that too. But other than that, that's really it. I also want to plan a trip out of the country, so we'll see how that goes. But it definitely won't be this year. So yeah, that's pretty much it as planning and like travel and stuff is concerned. What have I been into as far as TV? Films and all that goodness. Let's see. This show called Blackbird is real good. It's on Apple TV. Definitely go watch it if you have Apple TV, or just sign up for the free subscription, honestly. I know I'm over here plugging Apple TV, but that show is phenomenal. Great show. Go watch it. Another movie to go watch, Inheritance, on, I think that's Netflix. Yeah, probably Netflix. That's a good movie too. I think it's an older movie, but it's actually really, really good. So if you ever have a second to go watch that movie, really good. A little bit of a plot twist. I enjoyed it. And then another TV show that I've watched recently that I really enjoyed was Couples Therapy on Showtime. Really, really good too. I will say that one's a little bit more on the serious side. So, viewers discretion. Watch at your own discretion. Don't try to like overload yourself with that one because it can get a little heavy. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, but it's really a show, very informative, and especially if you like take some of the tools and things that the therapist is saying to some of the people, and you kind of like apply it to yourself, it does make you think. So really good show, really, really, really good show. What have I been into music wise? I feel like I've been into like instrumental music. So I found this new band a couple days ago. I don't want to butcher their name. I think it's their Hermosa. I don't know. It's something Spanish, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not going to continue to say it. But that word, Gutierrez, is the band. It's two brothers. They are Swiss Ecuadorian or Ecuadorian Swiss, whichever way you want to say it. And they perform together. Beautiful, 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 beautiful piece of music that they create. They have several albums out, really good. That's actually the concert I want to go see in Colorado. So we will see if we go to see them or not. But listening to them, I found this new artist. Her name is Navy. I've only listened to one of her songs, but it was cute. So I'm gonna look into that too. I've also really been into a guy named Teeks. He's really cool. I think he's like Australian, I think. Or maybe like Polynesian, islandish type of or descent. I'm not really sure. But love him too. Obviously I'm still on Sabrina Claudio. I know. I just can't get rid of Sabrina. But I enjoy her music, so I'm gonna continue to listen, period. Who else have I been listening to? I'm honestly not really, I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, no, I actually have Tidal, so you can always like check my playlist out on there if you ever get a chance. My username is Gigs, Gigs, and all my playlists are usually public, so check it out if you get a second or so to listen to what I've been listening to. I got some good stuff on there, I think, but to each his own. What have I been doing as far as my night routine? I don't have a night routine, guys, okay? I do whatever the night brings me to be fair. I, like tonight, am up real late recording. But I definitely like do normal things, brush my teeth, floss, and shower. That's pretty much my night routine. Nothing spectacular. I do hang out with the animals, make sure they get their loveys before bed, and then so yeah, no real like night routine to be fair. I just kind of do what the night brings. But okay, so what else am I into? Food wise? Ooh, okay, so I really my guilty pleasure is candy. I can't help it. It's candy and like sweets. It's bad. It's not healthy. But I really been into, oh my god, have you ever had those Nerds little clusters? I don't know what they're called, but delicious. They're good. They have a pink bag and a blue bag. The blue bag's better. But not the purple bag, the pink bag, not terrible. It gets in the back of your throat a little bit more. But I've been on that. High Chews, they came out with this new flavor or like fantasy pack or whatever. Delicious. Also the yogurt High Chews, good. And then what else have I been into? Obviously I'm still on My Thai. That's my favorite restaurant ever. It's a Thai food place back home in Columbia, South Carolina. If you're ever in Columbia, hit them up. They're good. They're delicious. They're very fresh, authentic. Just good. I always try to go back. When I went back to Charleston not too long ago, I wasn't able to go to My Thai because they were closed. But I just wanted to cry. Because I love My Thai so much. I really want them to franchise out here to where I'm living now, but I just don't feel like it would taste the same, to be fair. It just would not taste as good because there wouldn't be authentic people cooking the food that they make, so it just really wouldn't work. But nonetheless, My Thai is delicious. Go there if you ever are in Columbia. It's right near Lexington Medical Center, literally like across the bridge in the like little, I don't really call it a shopping complex, but like a little, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a little shopping center. So yeah, that's pretty much it for food. I have, you guys, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was pescatarian for a very long time. Very, very long time. I started eating chicken again, girl. Just started eating chicken again because I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, why am I depriving myself of such a delicacy? And don't be wrong, I feel bad for the chicks. Yes. Do I feel bad for the chickens? Of course. And are the chickens probably bad for me? Yep. But, I do enjoy eating something a little bit more filling and providing me a little bit more energy. I don't know if that's, scientists say that's based in fact, like, protein provides you energy, but I don't really know. I just know it tastes good, okay? So me and Chick-fil-A, BFFs, period. That's a good thing too. Well, not a good thing, but another thing to know is I don't really like cook chicken or anything like that. I only get it if I'm like out to eat or something like that. So, that's how that goes. What have I been into as far as literature is concerned? I grabbed a book the other day from Five Below talking about healing from triggers. So that's the book that I'm currently reading. I've only read like a couple of pages or so just to kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be reading, but I'm really saving that to read on my plane ride to visit Courtney. So excited to read that and excited to see Courtney. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my travel plans besides possibly going to that concert in Colorado for the summer, but we shall see. I'm sure you guys will know all about it. Ocean wants to say hello. Say hi, buddy. Ocean said hi, and he also knocked the mic down, so he can't say hi anymore. Don't get rabbit. Don't do it. Okay. So mental health. What's been going on mental health wise? I feel like I've been in a better mental health space. There's some things going on that it's just kind of like not really helping my mental health, I guess. But it's also not the end of the world. Like, I do think I have been more intentional about like just feeling what I'm feeling and allowing those emotions to be longer than just 24 hours. That's usually my rule, 24 hours, and you need to like move on, you know what I mean? But I think with what's going on, like, it's okay to feel what I'm feeling just a little bit longer, because these are a little bit more serious things going on, right? So yeah, that definitely has a damper on my mental health for the large part, to be fair. But I do think it is something that is necessary and that I am willing to experience and just feel right now. So that's kind of how my mental health is going. You know, I don't know. We'll check back in a little while, see how it's going. Okay, so hobbies. What have I been into far as hobbies are concerned? Well, first thing first, I will always be into ice skating. I just can't reason putting that kind of money into something right now. So that is why ice skating will always be a hobby of mine. I just don't participate in the hobby, you know what I mean? But another thing that I'm really into these days, you guys aren't going to believe this, puzzles, right? Puzzles. Love puzzles. I went and bought like a bunch of puzzles so that I can make like a puzzle collage wall. I'm gonna frame them each individually, but I am going to frame them all and put them in my home and make a little collage wall. And then some of them obviously would just go in random spots. But yeah, I've really been into puzzles. They're just so relaxing. It allows me just kind of like be and breathe and just like vibe out. So my typical puzzle routine is like, I obviously am doing the puzzle, and then I'll put some really like relaxing music on, typically like a good Teeks, a good Sabrina, a good the boy band I was mentioning earlier. Their last name is Gutierrez. But yeah. Oh, another little hobby that I'm just really trying to get into too is also learning another language. I really want to learn French fluently. So I've really been trying to dedicate more time to learning French, doing like Duolingo. And yeah, so that's another little thing that I have going on. Another little pastime I like to do too is this ties back into like literature, but I can't recommend this. So okay, there's that. But I love me those little like free little romance books that they have on Apple. Is it Apple? No, iBooks. That's what it's called. I love those. Those are like a little guilty pleasure of mine as well. They're like nothing really to be like taken serious. You can probably read them in 5 seconds, but they just like do something to me. It's just like so like cheesy and corny that it's like, oh, okay, like that's cute, you know? So I also like read those sometimes in my spare time. Or like I'll read like a series of them in my spare time. So those are also something that I kind of enjoy doing. What else do I enjoy? Hanging out with my pets, obviously. I have a bunch of them. So, hanging out with them are it's always cool. It's always a vibe. They all bring something very different to the table. We have Lloydie's. Lloydie's like the chill guy. He's not even chill guy. He's a grandpa, period. Ocean's the chill guy. He just likes to like chill out, you know, vibe out kind of thing. Mavis is the older sister. I always think, I don't know her name, but Eliza Thornberry, her older sister, that's Ocean. That's what Ocean gets. And then you have Ozzy. Ozzy. He is just a little spitfire. Just, he's everywhere. He's doing everything. He's into everything. He is what I would call the baby child, and he is the baby of all the pets. So that's Oz. Oz is always Ozzying around the house. Oh my God. So the other day, we have this really tall laundry basket in our laundry room, and Ozzy somehow got in the laundry basket and was stuck and was like biting to try to get out and create a hole for himself to get out. He was in there, I'm pretty sure, for like 30 minutes, and I didn't know that was him in there. And I was just like, how did you get in here, first of all? And second off, why would you think to jump in a basket? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand. But he's always into something. And this was probably like, what, 7:30 in the morning? 7? Probably like maybe 8. I don't know. But it was too freaking early. That's what it was. So yeah, that's Ollie. Anywho, new finds. Oh my God, this vacuum cleaner that I got. It was pretty pricey. I know. But I have a bunch of animals, and so 3 of them shed, one of them doesn't. I would had the little robot vacuum thing that I would use, and that works. Don't be wrong, like it was good, but I don't think it works very well for pet fur. It doesn't suction like a normal vacuum would. So pretty much had to ditch that. Now we're on to the cordless vacuum. And don't be wrong, it was a pretty fucking penny. But well worth it. Well worth it. I feel like I can enjoy my carpet again. Like the amount of fur that thing pulled up and dirt that thing pulled up, it should win a fucking Oscar. A fucking Grammy. Any fucking award that is worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? Real good quality. Love it. Suction that thing, amazing. I even clean my car with that thing. Amazing. Seriously, get you one. If you have the money, obviously. I got I think it's like a Dyson, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Anyways, quality. Love it. If you have carpet, you should invest in one of those. Now let me see if I'm saying that in a year from now. Because if it don't last that long, I'm going to be pissed. Got it? With the price that thing cost, definitely pissed. Anywho, another new find too, these headphones I got. Oh, yes, the headphones. Okay, so I got these new headphones. So I went to visit my friend in Charleston, and she got these headphones because she's back in school, right? Cool. And I tried them on, and I was like, okay, you know, but I was like, dude, was nice, actually nice. And so I am really over the earbuds because the ones that I currently have one of them doesn't work. So I went and got some Beats ones, and they just keep falling out of my ear. So it's like not really working. It is just not working. And so I when I saw these, I was like, okay, and like the sound on these are like phenomenal. If you want quality music listening experience, go get you some of these. I think they're like the Sony's something 4s. That's what they are. They're a little bit pricey too. Not even a little bit. They're a lot of it pricing. And so save your coins for them. They're great. Thanks, Bex, for putting me onto these. You are truly phenomenal. Becky doesn't even watch our podcast, but that's okay. Anywho, what else have I found that's new? I think that's really it as far as like new finds. I feel like I'm always trying something new, so nothing new, right? Nothing new. What's something about yourself you've embraced recently? I think I've embraced like just being more appreciative lately. Like it's important to appreciate what is and what you're experiencing at the time. So I think I really just embraced like appreciation and spreading that to even those who are around me, which has been cool to see them also be appreciative towards me as well, and me sharing my appreciation. What's this conspiracy theory that you have? Ooh, okay, so this is not really a conspiracy theory, but I do have a theory. So I have a theory that so this is only, I guess this only applies if you believe in like reincarnation, if you will, or that our soul comes back multiple times on this earth, right? But when your soul goes back to, let's just call it the motherboard, right? Goes back to the motherboard, it comes back in a different dimension, and that is why we have things like deja vu, and like telepathy and different things like that, because you are existing in different dimensions, probably simultaneously, and you are some of the experience may be the same between the different dimensions. You know. Let me know what y'all think about my theory. I think it's a quality one, honestly. I think it's a quality theory. I truly think it's a quality theory. All right, so what would 12-year-old me think about me now? I honestly think 12-year-old me would be maybe super critical of me, to be fair. I think she would be like, you are boring. You are simple. You are Yeah, I think those things, she would just be like, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? I don't think 12-year-old me could have foresaw who I am today, to be fair. But it's me, girl. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? So I think also too, she would be very, I do think she would be proud of the things that I have accomplished and that I'm experiencing and different things like that. And I think she would also be very proud of mostly of the growth that I've made from being 12 to now, because boy, was that a change. So that's a really difficult question though, because, am I looking at it from, I have a glimpse into the future kind of thing as a 12-year-old? Or am I looking at it as I have options and I'm choosing which path to go down to, So yeah, overall though, I do think she would be maybe interested in hanging out with me because I'm older and I, at that age, wanted to be grown. So that probably would be cool. And I probably would see myself as an older sister kind of thing. Yeah, I think it should be cool, I guess. That should be cool. Anyway, so something I've never shared but people ought to know about me. Oh, okay. Something I've never shared. People ought to know. Something I've never shared but people ought to know. I'm sure the public would love for me to admit that I'm obsessed with bunnies, but I can't do that. Something that I should. I've never shared. I mean, this is not something I haven't shared or people ought to know. But I do have a tattoo. That's kind of cool. But I don't feel like people ought to know that. I have a tattoo. That's a fun fact. What else? I think people ought to know. Oh, this is something. Okay, I feel like most people don't think that I'm a nice person or maybe I'm a very caring person. And I'm also a very simple person. So, but I do think those are important things to know about me, even though that may not be the first experience of me with you or a person. That doesn't mean that I'm not that, I can't be. And for the most part, I really am a nice person. And I really strive to be a nice person. But that initial interaction can be a little off-putting because from what I heard, a little birdie said that I'm hard soft. And I would agree, Thank you, little birdie, for making me aware. Even though I was aware, I do think saying it like that made me really understand what people were saying. So thank you, little birdie. But yeah, that's something I think people ought to know. So, let's see. Something that shouldn't have been discontinued. So, honestly, Kmart. I like Kmart. Kmart used to have a good little Christmas section, especially when they used to have their sales. Baby, I used to be in there. Well, all of us used to be in there. My mom, Courtney, and I used to be in there pretty much blowing a $10 bag, honey, for a bunch of crap. We probably didn't even need to. But yeah, Kmart was it. I know why they went out of business. It was just kind of sad. Oh, Limited too. That was a good store for the children. I don't know why they turned it into Justice. Justice is not it. I'm so sorry. Limited 2 though was the shit. Love that store. Somebody else that I knew I was talking to said they knew the difference and they were like, yeah, Justice is definitely not it compared to Limited 2. And I was like, exactly. You cannot tell me Justice was it. What else was discontinued? Oh, Toys R Us. That was a vibe for the children. I used to remember going in there, having a good little time, a little blast, playing with all the toys and stuff like that. Freaking Kid Wonderland. Amazing. That's sad. But, I get why they went out of business too. So, hey. Corporate America. It's a tricky world out here for real. Discontinued though. I don't know. I would say those though. Those hurt me the most, to say the least. And they're not really discontinued. They just pretty much went bankrupt, but that's okay. Personal hygiene. I don't have anything special I do. I just wash my butt, you know? One thing I did change though in my personal hygiene was I changed the the body soap that I was using. I was using Fenty Body Bar at first, but that just wasn't gonna cut it. So I switched over to Dove again, and good old Reliable's working great, you know? And then as far as toothpaste is concerned, I have started making my own homemade toothpaste. I use regular toothpaste too, but I use homemade toothpaste too with like a mineral base. And that seems to be working really great for my teeth as well. So that is something new actually for my personal hygiene. And I ended up having to switch my deodorant from an old brand that I used to use for years and years and years. And so that's working here and there. But I'm also trying to kind of wean myself off of deodorant again, because it just is bad for you. It's an endocrine disruptor. So those are just never good for anybody, right? So just trying to do, the all natural thing. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if I smell like trash, but hey, my body on the inside won't be garbage. So a little BO won't hurt nobody. No, I'm just kidding. I don't smell for the most part. I don't know. Maybe I do. Okay. And then last question, what has changed unexpectedly for you? I think some of the relationships in my life have kind of changed. I think the way that I perceive myself and my thoughts and things like that have definitely changed and adjusted. I think how I show up in different spaces and relationships have definitely changed. I think my tolerance and my patience has adjusted as well. I think, what else? I think my wants and wishes out of life have stayed the same, but how I want to achieve those things have kind of adjusted. So yeah, I think for the most part, those are unexpected, because I kind of had a vision for my life, and I'm now learning to accept that it doesn't have to look like that. And embracing that it's not going to look maybe how I envision at that very time, but if it comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. So yeah, that's my check-in for the day, guys. I really appreciate you guys listening in, and let's tune into Courtney's part.
All right, so first things first for me, we got visual arts. So I am an artist, and I encourage you to check out my artwork if you haven't already. Instagram link in the bio. But so some visual artists who always inspire me, which they're not new, but they always inspire me, are other Black women artists, mostly from the 90s. So Kara Walker is one. I just think she's really, really smart, and she's always made really, really smart artwork. But she's a pretty big name in the art world, I would say. She's pretty famous in the art world. Carrie Mae Weems, who is a photographer and has been working since the 90s. Actually, a lot of her photography style, I've made projects that kind of mimic her photography style, especially her kitchen table series. I love that. I've been following a bunch. I always follow a bunch of another one, Micheline Thomas. Her artwork is really interesting to me. I bought a photography book of hers a while ago. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could really dig deep into art history, but those are the ones that are just top of mind right now. I'm always inspired, or always looking for visual artists, mainly because so much of my art work style is visual filmmaking or photography or whatever. Even if I get to do performance art at some point again, or installations or something. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been into recently, visual arts wise. As far as films and television shows, I'm always watching films. And I have this new, I don't know if it's new, maybe it's old, but I have no issue watching bad movies, or quote subpar movies, or things that people don't consider classics or amazing movies or whatever. I love to find a super low budget indie film on Tubi or something, or somewhere else, and it's not to make fun of it or anything. It's because I think there's brilliance, and you can make brilliance in your backyard. That is always something I say, not only because I am an indie filmmaker, and everything I make is kind of in my backyard or at home or whatever. But No, I mean, there's like always a moment of pure like brilliance in these films that I think people just pass them off because they're not super high budget Hollywood shiny films. Like they think they lack you know, uh, critical abilities, I guess, or sensibilities. But no, I love watching. I love watching just kind of anything that looks like it would be an interesting narrative. Because it only helps make you better as a writer, filmmaker. Um, but a specific genre I've been getting into is documentary, specifically from like the 1970s. They have this kind of cinema verite style that is it's very compelling to me. It's subtle, but it's I just love the visual style of it because basically the filmmakers are observing their subjects in daily everyday life. They do very minimal like interviews, or the interviews that they do are usually voiceovers that go over footage of the person, living out their daily lives, like observational type footage. So it feels very kind of like I just showed up with a camera and I am filming this person as they exist in their natural habitat, essentially. And I love that style because especially when you can weave a really strong narrative out of just, I don't want to say just, but when you weave a really strong narrative out of recording someone observationally, because daily life is often so humdrum, kind of repetitive, but they're able to really make a strong, compelling narrative out of their subjects. Yeah, and I'm sure that's due a lot to editing and just kind of like filmmaking choices, like music, and even including what types the types of subjects you pick in the first place. People who do live more eccentric lives, but I want to make a documentary so bad, and I've been watching those. A couple of those I have been watching have been Grey Gardens. Love that one. Those two older ladies, hilarious. Grey Gardens is one of them. I watched another one about a miners' strike in Harlan County, Kentucky or something in like the 70s. That one was really good. It was kind of like an expose almost. I watched another one called Marjo about a like con man preacher, which was interesting. These are all in the 70s, and I was like, dang, I didn't know this was happening then. But yeah, that's what I've been kind of into. Aside from TV shows, I recently went back and rewatched the Jamie Foxx show. I'd never seen the whole thing, and I was like, this is cute. I get it. Fancy is top tier it girl. Love her. As far as music, what I've been listening to, we all know I've been listening to Samara Joy, her album Linger a While, as well as some of the extra tracks she recorded, which I really like. And I got a chance to meet her recently at the Hollywood Bowl. I'm saying that like we had like a whole conversation. We didn't. I was like in the fan line getting my album signed, but like anyway, still got my picture and I got my album signed. So yeah, listening to her, of course, and then obviously listening to jazz. I have to listen to jazz whenever I'm writing. I don't know, jazz or kind of like I guess Latin music, something with no words. I can't even listen to Samara when I'm writing really, because then I'm like saying the lyrics and like getting in the vibe and like that I'm performing, and it's too much. But yes, I've been listening to jazz a lot lately. And then my normal just kind of like R&B stuff, nothing out of the water. I repeat songs a lot. Yeah, that's what I've been listening to. Jazz is probably the newest thing that I've been listening to. Fashion and inspo. I have decided recently that to embrace the hot girl, it girl aesthetic. I'm not hiding it anymore. Not that I was ever hiding it, I guess, but depends on who you ask. But I've decided to embrace it because, to be honest, there's this idea that women who are interested in fashion and their appearance are vain and not don't take life or anything seriously. And I very much take my life seriously. I take my work seriously. I love the things that I do. I love the things I'm able to create for myself. I take care of myself. I pay all my bills. You know, I'm a fairly serious person, but I love that fashion can be a way of self-expression. So, getting very dressed up, hair and makeup, that sort of thing is very it's like a daily way of being expressive and creative for me. So that's why I love it. And I don't know what it is, but I've always been kind of interested in this, but I've definitely recently taken a liking to like almost like drag type makeup, which is very, very performative and constructed. And it's a lot of makeup. But I like how they're able to really restructure their faces, their bodies to create these ultra femme, hyper feminine appearances for men. It's definitely its own genre of makeup. So I've been kind of inspired by that because I don't obviously go out and like full drag. I don't even know how to necessarily do all the routine for a drag queen, but I'm thinking about trying it in the near future. I think if I were a male, I would be into drag. I mean, I guess I could be a woman and into drag as well, but I think it's more of a statement if you're a man and you're into drag because you're bending gender norms and all of that at the same time. Me going out looking ultra femme is just like, okay, well, you're a woman, so. But yeah, I've been into that as well as kind of like the 60s retro makeup looks. That's been cool. And just whatever else trendy stuff I can find on the internet, honestly. I'm about over soft glam for the makeup girlies just because, like, all right, we all know we just put one little eyeshadow shade on and blend it out really well and then get a cute little cat liner, a wing liner, and that's it. I'm like, spice it up. We need something with a little more pizzazz, you know? So, anyways. My nighttime routine, honestly, is the same as my morning routine. If I'm not writing something at night, which sometimes I do write at night, then I try to wash my face. This is so bad. I do try my best to like remember to do a skincare routine. So I wash my face. I use all Target brand stuff, by the way. I think that all works the same. So I wash my face with just the Target cleaner, the basic cleaner, and then I do a toner, also Target brand. And then I moisturize my face with some Pond's moisturizer. And then I do like jade roller, all that jazz. And do facial exercises. I've noticed that's really helped me a lot. Doing facial exercises, really like working your face muscles, quote, whatever. It gives you those snatched cheekbones that I think a lot of people is like popular now amongst, the models. I will say genetically I have been blessed with strong facial features. I don't really know where it comes from because I guess neither one of my parents really had that strong facial features. But anyway, they had me, so here I am. And then, I pack it up, put on a bonnet, go to sleep. That's me. Try to get my 8 hours. That's important, sleeping for your health. At least 8 hours. 10 to 12 is even better. Food. This is the one thing that I honestly have not really been able to do well. I guess it's partly financial. But I kind of just eat whatever feels good. It's a miracle I'm this thin. I guess because I don't eat that much. But I just eat whatever like feels good usually. And I don't think that that's necessarily the healthiest. I want to start planning out more like, okay, I eat these veggies and I'm making it with this protein and I'm, really packing my lunches and stuff like that. But I'm not there yet. Send help. Send a nutritionist. Send a therapist because I'm not there yet. Literature/stories. Well, me, I'm always say Toni Morrison. I haven't read anything, any well, she doesn't have any new novels, but I don't have any new Toni Morrison books that I have not yet read, that I have read recently. But I did read, the most recent book I have started reading is The Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man, which is a book written by James Weldon Johnson, who is another prominent Black writer before Toni Morrison's time. That was interesting. It's definitely an autobiographical. I think it's a fictional autobiography, so it's written as a fictional character writing their autobiography. I think that is what it is. About a man who is a biracial person and how they were existing in the early 1900s, and how they were perceived in different parts of the country, traveling between the North and the South, and I guess coming to define his identity as a person of color in America, kind of passing, kind of not passing, that sort of thing. So it's really interesting, I would say. It definitely does not have the same kind of I guess, I don't want to say it doesn't have the same critical lens, but it doesn't have the same language as a Toni Morrison novel, of course. But it definitely gives you some things to think about as far as racial identity is concerned, and how a biracial person specifically shows up in the world, and the American world of, like, constructed whiteness, and how they're racialized. And he goes through his life story from childhood to adulthood and all of that. So I do think gender-wise, because this is a male story, there's a lot more agency to it than some of the female narratives or female-driven narratives that I've read by Toni Morrison, like Beloved, for example. Well, also Beloved was set in slavery, so that also limits agency. But you could argue that Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man is also sort of in the Reconstruction period as well, like Reconstruction, or that era of time where we're like figuring out like the Black problem, the Black question, went until probably, some people would probably say like 100 years past the end of slavery, but so yeah, that's the most recent, and I'm saying recent very loosely because that was even months ago. Because when I start writing, I'm locked in. I'm not reading anything else. I'm just writing. Travel. I wish I could travel more, but I obviously have been traveling a lot around Southern California. Different things pull me to different places out here that make me. It's sort of all a new experience for me. So I guess in that sense, I have been traveling, but it's just been sort of in this region. I've been definitely able to explore this region a lot. Like I just went to Manhattan Beach for the first time, like yesterday. Yeah, and you discover things about the area. I decided that, if I'm gonna stay out in California for a long time, there's a lot of corners to turn for sure out here. So that's been the travel. I'm hoping one day, please excuse all the yawning. I'm hoping one day in the near future that I will be able to travel more extensively. I'd like to go to Hawaii since I'm out here. Cheaper flight. So yeah. All right, now to some hard-hitting stuff. Mental health. I'm not gonna lie. I have been I've been in a very much reflective mode. I guess it's because life is sort of, I don't want to say upended, but life has shifted in a direction I didn't necessarily know that it would shift, but I didn't have a plan for what other way it would shift. So, this is where life is. But so I've been really reflective, and I think sometimes for me, because I'm already a thinker, I already think a lot about a lot of things. Like I tend to be very like hypercritical of myself, and I don't think that's good for mental health, honestly. So that's something I think that has been going on, is being hypercritical. But I think also too that for the last, however, almost maybe like a year now, I think I was like responding to exhaustion. I think I was really, really like, I have to go, got to do all these things. And I think when an opportunity came up to like not be going as much, I think I responded by, like, my body responded for me. It responded before my mind, I guess, could, or before I could like make up my mind about it. And I think I was just like, so much, especially like last year had happened. And I still feel like I'm in transition somewhat from like some of the things I experienced last year, that I was just like, subconsciously, like, you just need to like get up, take care of yourself, handle the things you can handle, and not overexert, I guess, or use that time to carefully examine and think about the next stage you want to move into. I think I wasn't doing that initially, and that was making me a little, I was just going, which is like my personality, is just to keep going, keep pushing, and it gets exhausting. And I think it starts to wear on your mental health, because you're like, well, why isn't this happening? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And you start to like blame yourself for it, which is like, you can't do that, because so much is out of your control. It's a successful day if you get up and take care of yourself. At the very least, everything else is fluff and nice, to have extra, and like, of course it's cool to build towards other things, but yeah. And then I also think like I get a little bit of seasonal depression, I'm not gonna lie. Winter, and like the depths of winter take me out. I don't know. It's like I have little motivation to like do a lot during that time. And I get very like, oh, life sucks. Everything sucks. What's going on? And like, I definitely feel my mental health like waning during that time. But spring comes around, spring and summer, and I like get re-energized again. I know it's not helpful that it's been so gloomy here in Los Angeles, because I really respond to weather patterns, I realize. I don't know if that's because I'm like from the South and so much of the day is like hot and sunny usually. I don't know. But I respond to weather patterns. If it's gloomy, I'm like, my mood is not as happy as it could be, I guess, So, yep, I think my mental health has been improving just because I've just been accepting some things and thinking about, I guess, like how to move forward. I still should probably get a therapist just to unpack things. But, we shall see. Pray for me on that end. Hobbies. I am always playing volleyball. That has become such a nice little hobby for me. It used to be like my entire life and my like purpose back in the day. Not anymore. It's a nice hobby. It's actually allowed me to meet people more than any other thing I could have done. Is playing volleyball. So I continue to play volleyball. I think doing makeup has become a hobby for me. And it's something I want to keep kind of in that hobby space, like something I don't want to necessarily monetize. I just want to do it for funsies, and maybe potentially like if other people want to, give me some change for doing their makeup, I'm cool with that. But it's nice to have things that are like not really side hustles, like you got to make money off of it. You just enjoy doing it. So yeah, I don't consider like making artwork a hobby. That's like my work. That's like why I'm here. You know what I mean? All right, new finds. I don't know if there's anything new that I've like I'm sure there's something I've probably discovered recently that's like been really helpful. Oh, I started taking vitamins. That's not a new find, but that's been really helping me regulate, It's a new find for me, taking vitamins, because normally I just try to like, I guess, eat the vitamins that I need and like food, but supplementing is not necessarily a bad thing, you know, especially if you know you're not necessarily getting everything that you need from your food choices. So that's a new find for me. And yeah, I mean, everything else is kind of humdrum. Something about myself that I have embraced recently. Like I was saying in the mental health part, I've just embraced that I think I was exhausted and that my body was responding to me going. And I had been going since I got out of college, which was like easily 3 or 4 years. No, at least 3 years. And even during college, I was really going, just like doing things, multiple different things. So I think I embraced that I'm a person and that I have to, it's as important to make sure that my personal, internal, I guess, clocks, rhythms are in order, and that that's something I need to like really, really think about and like continue to work on and embrace that I'm not like I guess that you can't do it all at once. You just can't. And that things are really you're gonna have to process into things. You're gonna have to like learn to, you gotta like take a step back and assess, and that's fine, you know. So I think I started embracing that that's like something I need to do. I don't know if that's something that's like specific to me, but yeah, I've started embracing that idea that I need to start doing those things. So, okay, conspiracy theory that I have. I'm sure I have something. They come up in random moments. I don't know if I have a conspiracy theory. I'm sure I have a conspiracy theory. I just can't remember it right now. I'm gonna talk about it in a future episode if I remember what it is. It'll come up later, I'm sure. What would 12-year-old me think about me now? I think 12-year-old me would be, I think she would be proud that I stepped out of a comfort zone. I made a big change in my life, and that I'm like doing the work to like go after what I want. I think that's what 12-year-old me wanted more than anything. And that we survived kind of, you know, that we like did all right coming out of our like parental situation, and that I'm still like a pretty cool person. I think 12-year-old me would be really happy that about the kind of person I've like morphed into. I guess at least probably externally, but also internally. I think she would be proud. And I think she would say, keep going. I'm going to be honest. Like, I have to think about 12-year-old me a lot just to like keep myself going. Because I think for myself now, I'm like, I just be like, hands up, whatever. I don't care. Just for like Courtney now. But then I think about like little me, and like that kind of keeps me going. Because I'm like, dang, she would not want you. Like, she would see you coming so far and be like, no, don't stop, you know? So, and I can't let the kids down. One thing that's gonna get me is the babies. All right, adults, figure that ish out for yourself. But the kiddies, I'm gonna show up every time. All right, so something I've never shared but people ought to know about me. Dang, did I put this on there? I guess so. I don't know if I ever shared. This is kind of trivial, but I do think people ought to know. I don't like cheese. That's not something serious. But please know, don't slather. Next time I come over to your house and you're having a barbecue or whatever, do not slather everything with every type of cheese you could possibly save a little corner for me. All right. Some people don't like cheese, believe it or not. All right. or at least ask first. Because the first thing people do is like, oh, you don't like cheese? I didn't even know. And I'm like over there eating the, strawberries and lettuce because that's like all that there is without cheese on it. That's fine. I don't always tell people that, but yes, I don't like cheese. Fun fact. Something that shouldn't have been discontinued. Oh, the kale Caesar salad at Chick-fil-A. Like, who do I get in contact with over at the CEO at the Chick-fil-A headquarters to talk about this? Because one summer it was here, next summer it's gone. What's up with that? I was a loyal customer for that specific kale Caesar salad. All right. I was getting that at least once, if not twice a week, when it was like really out and being, sold to the public. I'm a loyal customer. And I looked up the next summer and it was just gone. I was like, no warning, no nothing. I enjoyed it. Shouldn't have been discontinued. It's really a shame. Or at least you have a secret menu where you can get it or something. I don't know. A big L for me with Chick-fil-A. All right, personal hygiene. Why did we put this on here? I don't even know. Personal hygiene. I mean, skincare is important, like I was saying. Brushing your teeth. Oh, you know what? I got into flossing recently. This is going to sound so bad. The dentist was like, you need to start flossing. And I was like, you know what? You're right, ma'am. So I started flossing and I was like, my teeth do feel more clean now that I'm flossing regularly 2-3 times. Not 2-3 times a day, but like at least once a day. Before it was just like, let me just brush really hard and like that should help out. Nah. You gotta get the floss in there. Saves you from gum disease as well. So yeah, that's a personal hygiene thing. I've definitely decided to incorporate into the daily routine. And then last thing, what has changed unexpectedly for me? This is funny. All these damn parking tickets. Every time I look up, I got a damn parking ticket. Every like business month, 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 business weeks, I got a new parking ticket from LA County, LA Traffic Control Parking Enforcement, freaking Beverly Hills, even some other places I've been to in LA. I'm like, and every time I'm like, did I not follow the sign? What's going on? Right? Because I try to pay the parking meters every time I park or whatever. And like, I'm like, what are the bylaws for parking out here? Because one time I got one for parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. How the hell am I supposed to know how close or not to be to a fire hydrant? If I'm in the gray area, I'm in the gray area, not the red. So how am I supposed to know? It's too much. That's changed unexpectedly. And it's always unexpected. It's always like, damn. Just when I'm like, cool, smooth sailing. Here comes another parking ticket or some sort of like traffic issue. I'm like, all these people in LA, all these people, and y'all found me this many times. I am beefing with LA parking enforcement. Yeah. Actually, that's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is this. Maybe LA parking enforcement is some sort of front for a larger operation going on. I'm not going to say what kind of operation, but I would love to look at the books. I would love to know exactly what's going on down in the LA parking enforcement office buildings. Okay, because why is every ticket at least $70? At this point, I feel like I'm personally funding this vending machine in the break room with all the amount of tickets that I've had. All right. Let me find out that's what's happening. That's my conspiracy theory. The money's not actually going to upkeep of the facilities and the vehicles and paying people. It's going to something else. I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway, that's our episode. Thanks for listening to our check-in. I hope you learned a couple things about us, as well as maybe got some tips, tricks, for maybe how you can how you can, add some new things to your life. What's your check-in? What's going on with you? If you got something to say, leave it in the comments. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.